Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is China Racine, and thank you for joining me. Today, I am actually going to be doing a review on Smile Direct. This is not a sponsored or paid review. This is straight from the heart. And so, let's get started. Growing up, well, even before I grew up, right? God made me, He created me, and He did not create me with perfect teeth. That was not in His recipe book for me, but He gave me so many other things, so I'm so grateful. Nevertheless, I dealt with a lot of spacing, and also I had an overbite. There were obviously much worse cases to deal with as it pertains to teeth, but that was my struggle. And so growing up, my teeth were definitely a source of insecurity. I used to like try to hide my teeth. I became a professional lip smiler. Like I became a professional lip smiler. Some of you might know what I mean. And I actually found ways to talk that would actually prevent me showing or limit the exposure of my teeth. I Yeah, because growing up, I grew up in a single parent home, and so we didn't even have dental insurance. So getting braces, of course I might have asked about it, but it wasn't something that was going to happen. So I basically had to come to terms with that and, just kind of live with it. I didn't smile that much in pictures or anything like that because I was not comfortable with my teeth. So, fast forward some years, and I became old enough to work, and that was at 16. But at 16, I was not thinking about getting my teeth fixed. I was living my best life, okay? And so maybe at around 18, I probably start making a little more money. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to make an appointment with an orthodontist. And I'm going to, look into this Invisalign. Because at the time, I think Invisalign was kind of new. And so I'm like, oh, no braces, no metal in my teeth. I'm interested. So I, set up consultations. I did at least two. And both times I was reminded that this is not affordable, girl. Okay, this is not affordable right now. You don't have $5,000, $6,000 laying around for you to pay for this. I think I was considering, doing the getting it on credit or something like that at the time, but I forgot why that didn't work out. But I'm glad I didn't. So basically, years passed, and many pictures passed without me smiling. Not with my whole teeth at least. And but the desire was definitely still there. I definitely wanted to get my teeth fixed. It just, I never had like $5,000, $6,000 laying around. It was always other priorities that, took precedence over me getting my teeth fixed. So last year, my husband, he actually, he told me about it first. He's like, have you heard about Smile Direct? And I'm just like, no. Like, what was that? Like, oh yeah, they'll fix your teeth for under $2,000. I'm like, nah, nothing good can come from that. No, thank you. And, why are you easily persuaded? I am not easily persuaded. That is one of my traits, okay? So, so fast forward maybe a month or so because last year I was really struggling with adult acne. So I was like, my face ain't acting right. We gonna get something right, okay? Teeth, okay? I'm looking into you. So I think I probably asked, like I had a cleaning maybe, and then I asked the orthodontist, like, for the umpteenth time. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in getting my teeth fixed. Wondering maybe if the price decreased or something. I don't know. Either way, it was good timing because he basically told me like, okay, if you went with Invisalign, you would have a little space on the side. If you went with, just because I think he said my teeth were small or something. I don't really remember, but and then he was like, if you went with braces, you would still have a space. It would just be further back. So I was just like, oh, okay. Okay, okay, thank you. Price change? No, no, it didn't change. So thank you for that information, sir. So I moved on with my life, but then I did really start looking into Smile Direct, and one thing led to another, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try. But I still have lots of questions, and I'm not completely convinced yet. But I was pretty much ready to the point of, I was ready to look into it further, and so I set up a consultation. It was, to go visit the Smile Shop. It was very easy, convenient. The time slots, fit was able to fit easily into my schedule because I work a 9 to 5. So I probably set up an appointment at 5:30. It was maybe like 20 minutes away from my job. It was kind of on the way home, so it was very convenient. I got there, and I was greeted, and I think one of the first things they asked me to do was to brush my teeth. And I'm just like, sure. So, but I think that was to help prepare me for all of the public restroom teeth brushing sessions that were to follow. So, anyways, they handed me a tablet, and they had me read it. And, some parts I think I signed, but the final part where it was like, signing up immediately or automatically or something like that, I don't know. I wasn't ready to sign at that point, sign that section. So that keep that in mind. That is optional for you. So I went in there, had questions, and basically, long story short, she took a picture of my smile, and it was like, I don't want to smile. I don't like my teeth, but sure, And so, yeah, so she took my impressions and all that stuff. It probably lasted less than 30 minutes, definitely. They gave me a parting gift, which was really nice. And so they told me to expect my 3D results within, it's like 24 to 48 hours. So once I got the email, I was so excited. I was just like, what, what are my teeth going to look like, if I went with you guys? And so, once I saw the progression, they send you, for my case, 6 months were necessary, and they showed me a progression month by month. And it's so cool because you could see all the angles and all the adjustments and the corrections that your teeth will be making month by month. And so, well, it was important for me to see the final results. And so once I saw the final results, I'm like, first of all, this is crazy and amazing at the same time. And also, it was consistent with that, with what that orthodontist told me. The orthodontist told me that I would have a space on the side. So I saw that space on the side in that model of my teeth in the final results. And I'm just like, oh, this is consistent with what the dentist said. Like, yeah, this is a winner. So I think I probably signed up maybe like a week later, $250 down. We decided to go with the Smile Care option. It's their finance option. No credit checks or anything like that, which it wouldn't have been a problem, for me, but I did not, want that hit on my account. So I signed up and got that all situated. And I think normally it's supposed to take like 3 to 4 weeks or something like that to get your sets in the mail. So for me, I think it only took a little over 2 weeks actually. So it was super quick. And once you make that payment, that down payment, and you sign up and everything, the only thing you have to do is wait for them to, create your aligners, the production of your aligners, and mail it to you. So like I said, it took 2 weeks, and this came in the mail, and the game changed for me. So it has various things in there, but the most important thing, obviously, that it does have is all of your aligners. So I think it's like 18 for 6 months because it's 3 per month. So yeah, this is, they come in packages like this, and they give you chewies, which is going to be very important for you, and it helps to sit your aligners perfectly on, when you're first putting them on. So yeah, I got all of them. I recommend taking a picture, and while you wait for the package, to live your best life, because your routine is about to change. Like, this is a big commitment. You have to wear these things for 22 hours a day minimum. So, like snacking and drinking tea and coffee and pop throughout the day, it is really going to change because you can't have anything. You can't ingest anything except for water, while you have these in your mouth. And it's like, do you want to waste your money? No, you don't. So you're going to follow their rules. And that's one of the rules. And that's one of the commitments and adjustments that you have to consider when you decide to go with this option. So that's probably one of the major differences between this and braces. Like, you have to take them out. It is convenient because you can take them out, but you have to brush your teeth, and you have to floss if it's food. So it's like, is it worth it? Sometimes it's not, because you're like, I have to floss again. Like, your dental hygiene game is about to go to another level because you are constantly brushing your teeth, flossing, rinsing your mouth. It is, you that is a major plus. Some people lose weight. I did not. I don't think I did. I might have lost a little bit, but because you can't snack as much as you used to, and that's a major adjustment. So basically, my personal experience overview, the last little bit, is mostly that the first week, the first week that you get started, obviously it's going to be like what's going on, and your teeth is going to be tender, and they're going to feel sensitive and weak a little bit at times. So just biting into an apple, not really an option. You have to chop them up. You have to take your time and eat. So there's an adjustment. There were some times when the liners were so tight that and I actually have the retainers on right now, but the liners were so tight sometimes that once I got my teeth in, I would like jump in the bed to help relieve some of that like tension, that ah. Now that did not happen all the time, but it did happen sometimes when it was just very tight and like, but usually the cool thing about it is that a tip would be sometimes to set it up so that you're changing them at night, so that when you go to sleep, you'll wake up and you know, it'll be less tight. It'll be easier for it to come out. They give you a remover, a liner remover. I actually lost mine the first month or so. I think I threw it away. So yeah, I recommend just keeping all of them. I kept all of them in Ziplocs because if you lose one that's in your mouth, or if you break it, you can use the last one, and obviously call Smile Direct in the meantime, and you'll have to pay. I think it's $50 to $100. Fortunately, that never happened to me, but I think it's $50 to $100 to get a replacement. So if you have the last one, then you can have that in your mouth in the meantime. Another thing is you have to check in, so mine was on Saturdays. So I would go onto smiledirect.com and I would check in, show that I'm on track every time I change one. So you're doing that 3 times. You're doing that 3 times a month. Checking in and just showing them, telling them that you are on track. Yeah, so I guess once you reach the 3-month mark, you are halfway there, obviously, if you have a 6-month thing, and you'll have to take pictures of you with this in your mouth. And it's really just like spreading out your teeth. The pictures are they're not that flattering, okay? So Smile Direct, they will send you a picture, or they'll send you an email, and you'll respond to that and you'll send pictures. Well, I think they didn't send it to me on the 3-month mark, and if there's a warranty at the end, so as long as you're doing everything, you're checking in, you're keeping your liners in for 22 hours a day, you will be able to utilize the warranty at the end if for some reason your teeth are not what you expected them to be, not what they told you that they would be. So once you reach the 3-month mark, this is their way of seeing your progress. So I ended up calling them because they didn't, like I said, they did not email me, and I got the details, and I'm like, okay, you guys send me your information. I'll email you, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to put my 3-month, my warranty in jeopardy. So I called them and then emailed them pictures with this in my mouth. And so, yeah, but then I think a couple of days later, maybe 1 or 2 days later, they did send me that official email saying, hey, you've reached your 3-month mark, send us your pictures. And so eventually I did get an email confirming, like, okay, yep, you're still on progress, you're doing great, keep going, basically. So once you reach that point, every month is exciting. It's like, what's happening with my teeth now? It's such an exciting journey. And to see your teeth making progress, it's a beautiful thing. Some people like complained and maybe said, like, maybe their next aligner set didn't fit at all, which is scary. I didn't hear that much, but I heard that a couple of times. That never happened to me. There were times where it was so tight, where it was like, okay, I don't know if this is gonna fit. But anyways, it never happened to me. The only issues that I had were maybe one time there was just like some substance in my aligner package, and I mean, it could have, I don't know what it could have came from, just maybe the production of them, but I called them and they took care of it immediately. They're like, okay, yeah, we're sorry about that. Do you want a new, set? I'm like, no, I'll just clean it really good, which is another thing, making sure you clean them really good every time you use them. So I called them, let them know, and they're like, okay, yeah, we will give you a credit, for your first set of retainers. I'm like, oh, thanks, guys. That was nice. It's $100. I'm like, perfect, I'll take it. Yeah. So, and I'm not sure if I talked about the finance option, but I think I did. We paid ours off early. Yeah. I think it's like $18.75. And if it, just in case I didn't, it's $18.75, something like that. But if you go with the Smile Care, the finance option, I think there's like a $290 or 80 something finance charge. And so obviously they are assuming that you're going to take 2 years to pay this off. And so if you pay it off sooner, like we did, then you have less interest to pay on top of the base price of the aligners. So just FYI, if you can, I definitely recommend paying it off early, or if you have it all, pay it all. Pay it all, okay? So yeah, so one of my last recommendations would be, and part of my experience was that I think they say a month or two um, before your last set, I'm pretty sure it's at least a month, but it could be up to 2 months, to call them and to order your retainers. Well, that wasn't quite clear to me. I did not know that they said to call them to order it, because there was like a link on their website and it says like order your retainers. So once I had reached that marker in which they recommended you calling them and placing your order, basically placing your order, because they even remind you, there's like a little sticker to remind you in the box, because you pull one out one by one, which is really cool, so you won't lose them. So at that point, I clicked that link on their website, and I thought that I was all set. Like, I ordered them, I'm done. Like, my retainers are being produced right now. But there was a disconnect there, and so I think I called to check on them or something like that, and they were like, oh, we don't even see the order. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't see the order? What do you mean you don't see the order? Anyways, so at that point, then it was officially ordered, which was kind of a setback. So it took way longer than I anticipated. So I ended up wearing my last set way longer than I should have because of that hiccup. And then not just that, it was such a backup, I guess, in their orders, that I got my retainers. It came in a cute little blue package. I got my retainers maybe almost 2 months afterwards. So meanwhile, I'm struggling wearing my last one. It was a struggle, okay? But you keep them in because you don't want to lose your progress, because your teeth could still be moving. So it's important that you keep them in there. And so that was annoying. So I recommend whatever they tell you. If it's a month, do it 2 months in advance. If it's 2 months, do it 3 months in advance, especially now that they're becoming more popular and they have more orders to fill. It takes time. And there was a lot of runaround there too, because there would be days when they would be like, oh, it'll be there next week. Next week come, it ain't there. The week after that, it'll be there 2 weeks. 2 weeks it ain't there. I'm like, guys, please. But again, whenever there's any disconnect or a mistake on their part, they will take care of you. And with that, they did give me another credit for retainers. So they will take care of you. Just call them, let them know like what's going on, and they usually will offer you something to accommodate you to compensate for your inconvenience. So that's my recommendation. With that, I think that pretty much sums it all up. Um, for me and my experience with Smile Direct, I mean, obviously the results are most important. And once you get your retainers, you only have to wear them at night. I guess the first 2 weeks they recommend you wearing them as usual, but then after that, you just need to wear them at night. But for the most part, I keep them in. I'm not as strict, but I keep them in. When I was using the regular aligners, on average, it was probably 20 to 21 hours a day for me, to be completely honest. There were some days I did more, some days I did less because different things are going on and it's difficult to make that work. But yeah, just maybe have a backup retainer case. I had to order one for myself just so I can have one wherever I go. One that stays at home, maybe one that, goes with me wherever I go. So that is my recommendation also. I think that is pretty much it. I definitely would do it all over again if I had the choice. I'm very, very, very happy with my results. Um, I recommend you guys trying it out. Here's some tea. Yeah, this is a retainer. I don't think I pulled one out. Oh, yeah, this is kind of how they look. This was an older one. Well, this was my last one, the one that I probably wore the longest. But yeah, this is how they look. The retainer looked pretty much exactly the same. I guess it's a little bit sturdier, a little bit stronger. So anyways, yeah, this is my review, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Comment, subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, guys.